Richard. This photo was taken in the early 70s when we sold our vegetables in front of the house. We sold quite a few tomatoes, too. That's Richard, with a couple of customers. He's standing behind the eggplants. It was his idea for the Zebras to start a big organic garden so we could sell vegetables. Back then, Cleve Baxter was doing experiments with plant communication, and others were playing music to plants to make them happy. So Richard put speakers out in the garden and tried different types of music. Early experimenters claimed that rock and roll may stunt a plant or make it sickly. But what Richard discovered, if the people who took care of the plants hated the music, the plants weren't happy either. But if they loved the Beatles and Stones, the plants loved them too. All of the Zebras were liberal, most still are. Now, back in the early 70s, we were writing and producing radio commercials for Warner Reprise, RCA Red Label, Buddha Records, Grunt Records, the Jefferson Airplanes label, etc. So Meatball said, why don't we play our music commercials to the plants, and maybe the people who eat our vegetables will get the urge to buy the record. Now, this is where our more radical liberal friends come in. We'd tell them about our experiments with the garden. Articles had been written about plants favorably responding to music. So we lied. We told them we had gathered together the data, presented it to an advertising agency in New York City, and secured funding to continue our experiments. We told them we were now playing cigarette and beer commercials to the garden to see if subliminal plant advertising could sell their brand. Now, this is how a hive mind works. Someone comes up with a crazy idea, then everyone builds upon it. When we told our left-leaning friends about playing commercials to plants, they'd look at us with such revulsion, like we'd sold our liberal souls to the corporate devil. But we'd get so excited over our imagined experiments. It can be used in industrial farming with giant speakers mounted on towers playing commercials day and night. We believed certain vegetables were better brand retainers. Leafy vegetables like lettuce were iffy, spinach so-so, zucchini grew too fast, eggplants and melons were good. And tomatoes, the riper the better. We never knew what we'd say. The enthusiasm of our zebra hive mind was infectious, for us anyway. Richard, having been a radio DJ in New Orleans, had a soft southern voice. He could be pretty convincing. The best part was watching their faces change. First, fascinated with our music experiments, those were real. Then, deeply offended that we were playing cigarette and beer commercials to our plants. Someone once asked, how can you call it organically grown vegetables when they've been exposed to something so toxic? Richard got all huffy. Hey, it's not like we were blowing smoke at it or pouring beer over it. Well, eventually we'd finally admit we were just having fun. But now that I think of it, that idea is a little scary.